Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special video for you guys. I am going to be showcasing one of my friend's battles. His name is Mark and he goes by the Shadow Skeleton on Twitter, and when I first saw these battles I was really impressed because he made Shadow Camerupt work and he made it work really well for him. So I asked him to send me these battles and now I am going to be reacting to them for the first time with you guys. I have seen a couple of them, but the ones I've seen I don't remember that well. But I am very excited to get into these battles because this trainer is a very talented battler. Oh, and before I forget, these battles do take place between Expert and Legend Elo, so they're pretty high up. The team is going to be Superior on the lead with Shadow Steelix Safe Swap and Shadow Camerupt in the back. Let's get into these battles. These are going to be so good. Up first, we're already seeing an amazing lead of Lantern into our Superior, and the opponent swaps in Frostlass, and we have Shadow Camerupt in the back. Of course, we're going to bring it in, and these Incinerates are absolutely going to destroy it. Now, he does go ahead and shield the Avalanche because of that part ground typing, which makes the Avalanches neutral, and I guess Shadow Camerupt wouldn't be able to take these avalanches very well, but that means that we get to farm it down all the way, and now we have 2 earth powers that we can throw against this Lantern. And the second one, the opponent lets it go. That's amazing. The Lantern is almost dead, and then the opponent brings in Buzzwole. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any shields left, but the opponent has to go for that superpower, and that means they're debuffed, and we can reach another aerial ace, and this lunge, because they are debuffed, is not going to be enough to take out the Superior. We are going to be able to live that, and then we can also reach a second aerial ace, take out their Buzzwole, and then their Lantern is pretty much dead. GG's to the opponent. That was an amazing battle. On to the next battle. Yikes, what do we do against this? I am curious to see how he's going to handle it. It looks like he attempted to catch the aerial ace on Steelix, but unfortunately it was a failed attempt, and the opponent has Diggersby in the back. This is so bad for Steelix. I guess he's going to let it go. Okay, the opponent goes for Fire Punch. That's okay, and I'm guessing we're just going to debuff it with Breaking Swipe. Let's see how this plays out. I'm guessing this is going to be the Scorching Sands. No. It is, but it's not enough to take Steelix out, and we reach another Breaking Swipe, and I think this should be enough to take it out if the opponent doesn't shield, but the opponent has to go ahead and shield that. Okay, now they go for the Fire Punch, they take us out, and I think we're going to farm them down completely here. Even a Fire Punch would not have done too much damage to the Superior because it was debuffed, and the opponent brings back in Mantine, and we have so much energy that we can throw at this Mantine. This is really good for us. Aerial Ace is not going to be enough to take out Superior here, so we should be fine letting it go. And we bring in Camerupt, which is interesting, and the opponent immediately swaps into Steelix. And we have 2 shields left, and the opponent doesn't have any shields left, so we can go for that Earth Power and take out the Steelix. And now the Mantine comes back in, and because we have 2 shields, we're able to shield our Camerupt. And this overheat is going to take out the Mantine. Camerupt Mantine counter confirmed. Not really, guys, don't believe me. Next up, we are going to see a terrible lead of Shadow Alolan Sandslash, and we are ABA weak to this, so I am very curious to see how we're going to handle this. It looks like we're going to swap Steelix into it, and this is actually how I played it out when I was running ABA weak to Shadow Alolan Sandslash. I also swapped my Steelix into it. Now, unfortunately, we do manage to get a shield, but it takes out the Steelix, and that's unfortunate for us. The opponent brings in Gligar, which is also not great for this team. This whole team is kind of weak to Gligar, but if the opponent doesn't shield this overheat, we should be able to take it out. They go ahead and shield, and we're going to swap back in Superior. This is fine. I'm guessing we're going to save all our shields for Camerupt, which makes sense because Camerupt is so good. With shields up, it is so good. It will absolutely destroy everything. And the opponent brings back in the Sandslash. I'm guessing we're going to no shield here and farm it down with Camerupt because Camerupt with energy is scary. Okay, let's see how this plays out. This is getting very exciting. Ooh, look at how much damage that Incinerate did. It absolutely demolished it. And what did the opponent bring? We're going to overheat it? Ooh, Charge a Bug. Ouch. Good game, good game. On to the next match. We are going to be seeing a Superior Mirror match. Now, I think we attempted to catch an aerial ace here. I would have stayed in because Steelix against Superior is not great. and they're unfortunately going to be able to reach 2 Frenzy Plants. The second one is going to be able to take us out, and it looks like they are going to be taking a shield from us here, which is not great, and we're not going to be able to get shields out of them. Actually, swapping into Steelix wasn't a mistake because our backline is really weak to water, and we have to draw a water type, so it makes sense. So the opponent swapped out of their Superior into a Alolan Sandslash, and we make a catch on the Drill Run onto our Superior, which is really good for us. We are going to be able to farm down this Alolan Sandslash, and if they bring back in their Superior, we have so much energy that we can throw. We're going to go for these Aerial Aces. We can reach 2, and it is going to take both of our opponent's shields. I don't know why they're saving the Superior so much, because we already showed that we have Camerupt in the back, and Camerupt is going to be able to incinerate down the Superior, I believe. It looks like we CMP tie and we win CMP, which is very interesting because we have 0 attack, and the opponent has... Is that Sableye in the back? Sableye with no shields in the back, and we are able to overheat it, and it one-shots. Okay, next match we see a Gligar lead. Very interesting to see how we're going to handle this because this team isn't that great against Gligar. But opponent swaps in Sableye into the Steelix when we safe swap the Steelix. And opponent, Sableye is not an answer to Steelix. This is going to destroy the Sableye, unfortunately for them. But, you know, no one invests any shields, so it's going to be interesting to see how this match is going to go. I think we're going to let Steelix go here, and we're going to bring in Camerupt now. And the opponent brings in Carbink. We are going to swap into Superior. I would have liked to see us go for that Earth Power actually on this Carbink and possibly take a shield or possibly not take a shield if the opponent is not aware of the moveset that Camerupt has. But this is fine. We're going to swap in and go for these Frenzy Plants, which are going to be super effective against Carbink. Do we invest a shield here? Yeah, I think a shield is a smart move because we're going to be able to reach 2 more Frenzy Plants. I think the second should be enough to KO this Carbink. No, but they catch on Gligar, which is actually really good for us because now we can incinerate down, we can shield once, and then we can go for the Earth Power on that Carbink. Let's see if we can take it out before it gets to another move, and we are able to take it out. And we are going to go for this Earth Power, which is going to be very satisfying for those of us who despise Carbink. On to the next match, we are going to be seeing another Shadow Gligar on the lead. Swapping into Steelix here makes a lot of sense because we can actually double shield and win this switch if we want to. Now, usually they like to bait on the first one, so do we call the bait? And unfortunately we call the bait, and it is a dig. Unfortunate for us. Now the opponent is going to go ahead and swap in a Lickitung. We are going to be able to debuff it once, but we can't reach another move on Steelix. So now we're going to bring back in our Superior, which is the best answer to Lickitung on this team actually. And the opponent unfortunately has a lot of energy, so they're going to be spamming these body slams at us. Unfortunately, we're going to go for this Frenzy Plant. It looks like it might have been a CMP tie, I'm not sure. And yeah, it was a CMP tie. Unfortunately, the Lickitung lives with 1 HP. Now our Superior is very low, and the opponent brings in a Shadow Alolan Sandslash, so we should be in a good position here. We just need to incinerate down this Gligar, shield whatever it's going to throw at us, and then we can absolutely demolish this Alolan Sandslash with these Incinerates. It is going to be taking double super effective from these Fire-type moves, and we are going to go for the Earth Powers here. I think we could have just incinerated down, just stuck to the Incinerates, and we could have taken it out. But we're going to win in style. We're going to take both shields, and because we have a move stored on our Superior, we are going to take it out with Frenzy Plant. Now on to the next match. This is an unfortunate lead. We are going to be staying in this, it looks like, and going for that Frenzy Plant. I would have baited here because they always shield the first one. Yes, we do get a shield out of them, and we're going to go ahead and catch the Weather Ball on our Steelix. Now unfortunately, the Alolan Ninetales actually beats Steelix, but we are able to draw out a Swampert, and Alolan Ninetales is accompanied by Swampert a lot of times because it's weak to fire and it's weak to poison, so Swampert is a very good pairing with Alolan Ninetales, so it made sense to bring in Steelix and basically sack it so that we can draw out the Swampert. Now unfortunately we did have to invest a shield here because we absolutely have to get rid of the Swampert with the Superior, and I'm expecting the opponent to bring back in Alolan Ninetales, but they didn't. They brought in Registeel, which is interesting. We're going to go ahead and use our final shield to shield this Focus Blast, and the opponent brings back in their Alolan Ninetales. We're going to go for this Earth Power. Let's see if they decide to shield or not. They don't shield, they let the Alolan Ninetales go. Let's hope that we can reach 2 Earth Powers before the opponent can reach a Focus Blast. Let's see how this goes. Really hoping that we can reach it, and we don't, unfortunately. That's very unfortunate for us. They're gonna go for a Focus Blast and take us out. So now we just have to hope that this Serperior can do enough damage with these Frenzy Plants to take out this Registeel, and we are able to reach another Frenzy Plant and KO the Registeel, and we take that win. That was so close. On to the next battle. This is an amazing lead for us. This is exactly where we want to see the Swampert, but unfortunately they are going to bring in Lickitung. I think we're going to chip it and then swap. Yes, we chip it with the Frenzy Plant, we put it in the yellow, and now we are able to bring in our Steelix, and we should be able to take it out with Dragon Tails and a Breaking Swipe. So we're going to go for this Breaking Swipe here. I don't think it's going to be enough to take it out. The consecutive Dragon Tails should be enough to take it out, however, and this is just a Body Slam, so we can easily no-shield that. We have a little bit of energy that we can throw at Swampert and debuff it with these Breaking Swipes, so that's good for us. And if they are going to commit to the farm down, they're going to have to take another move from our Steelix. They're going to go ahead and shield, so we take their first shield from them, and that's really good for us. Going to bring back in Serperior, and we're going to let whatever they throw at us go. They are debuffed twice, so that Sludge Wave didn't do too much to us, which is okay. And then they bring in Mandibuzz, and we have 2 shields, but this is going to be a bit tricky because the question is, do we bait and then go for the overheat? And I'm hoping that they are going to shield this bait. They shield the bait, and that's really good for us because that means we can now overheat. Let's see if the overheat is enough to KO Mandibuzz because Mandy is so tanky. Let's see if it's enough. It is enough. We're able to take it out, and then they bring back in Swampert, and they have to go for this Hydro Cannon. It takes us out, and we're going to be able to Vine Whip it down, but first we have to take a Hydro Cannon. We just have to wish that we can survive it, and we do. We survive with a little bit of HP, and we take them out. On to the next match, we are going to be leading Serperior into a Lickitung. I think what we do here is we chip it with a Frenzy Plant, and then we attempt to catch a Body Slam on Steelix. But unfortunately, we are not able to catch a Body Slam. The opponent saves all their energy, and they swap into Medicham. Okay, this is actually fine because I don't know if Camerupt has a really good matchup against Medicham, so it's nice that we're seeing it here. Unfortunately, they are running Power Up Punch, so we're going to be debuffing them and they're going to be buffing themselves, so it's basically going to be canceling each other out. They are in the red. We managed to get them in the red, which is really good. We're going to bring back in Serperior, I am assuming, and farm down completely. Now, I think we're going to take this. This is just a Power Up Punch. I don't know if they're running Ice Punch on this Medicham or if they're running Psychic, but this is gonna be very tricky because we have a Camerupt in the back, and this Bastiodon is going to be very, very tough for us. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, they shielded a Frenzy Plant, which is actually nice for us because if we can get shields out of the way, then we can reach an Earth Power on this thing. We're gonna go for that second Frenzy Plant, or third. I think we're at the third Frenzy Plant, and we take both their shields. Oh no, opponent! Opponent, you shielded the wrong move! Okay, we're gonna shield the Stone Edge and go for an Earth Power on this Lickitung. This is actually okay. That means that they can't throw their energy onto our Camerupt, and we are going to be able to reach another Earth Power to take out their Bastiodon. And we take that win. That team was so tanky, and we were able to win that. Moving on to the final battle of the video, and I'm kind of sad that these are over. He did have more recorded, but I only told him to send in 10. Anyways, we do see a Clodsire on the lead. Now, actually, Serperior can win against Clodsire lead, but it looks like we do go ahead and we swap in Steelix, but I would have attempted to catch a Sludge Bomb on Steelix. I know, however, if we fail that catch, taking an Earthquake would have been very devastating, but we are able to draw a Water type. We draw out Greninja, and we take both of their shields. This Camerupt is going to have such a fun time in the back with no shields. The opponent has no shields left. We don't farm down with Serperior, which is interesting. We're gonna try to farm down with Camerupt, but the opponent swaps immediately into their Clodsire, and because their shields are down, we're going to be able to land this Earth Power, and it takes out Clodsire. What do you have in the back, opponent? We're going to be able to safely shield this. Unfortunately, they are able to get to a Hydro Cannon and take our final shield. They have an Umbreon in the back. We're going to go for this Overheat. Let's see how much it does to Umbreon. It puts in the yellow. That's okay. But we do swap out to clear the debuff, and we're going to bring in the Superior, and we should be able to go for a Frenzy Plant, which should be enough, but it looks like our opponent quits. Unfortunate for our opponent, but that was really, really well played. And yes, this Frenzy Plant is able to KO the Umbreon, and we take that final win. Those battles were amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed those. A big thank you to my friend for submitting these battles to me. They were really, really awesome. Really fun to watch, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed them, and maybe you guys are inspired to use Shadow Camerupt. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys like my videos, please consider subscribing. Maybe leave a like down below because it helps me out a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!